And then of course you hit one like that that's just a beauty. You've made the decision to go out and buy a 7-wood, but of course you own that trusty Rescue. You are embracing technology. The answering machine is dead. Now the iPhone 16 is here. 3-irons are no more. The 3-iron just doesn't get in the air anymore. The way we're all swinging the golf club now, why would you walk away from a club that's so popular on tour in the 7-wood? But how do you choose if you're going to be a Rescue guy or you're going to be a 7-wood guy? First off, golf ball choice is everything. I'm using TP5X as always for testing this golf club. Laying down the 7-wood and putting it in the player's view next to the Rescue, which by the way on this journey, the Rescue is something that's taken me so long to embrace. It's not a club that I particularly like the look of, but performance-wise, as mentioned, it's just that higher peak than the 3-iron. Out of the rough, I can get it going. The lie angle of the 7-wood I can make flatter because this particular Rescue has the adjustable hosel on there with the flight control sleeve, so the loft sleeve these days. So I can't make this any flatter than what it is. But on the same note, I've embraced that because I feel like I hit it pretty straight. You're going to notice that due to the bigger head and the footprint of the QI10, you're going to have a CG that's further back. Yes, that might make the club easier to hit if you hit it toe or heel, but on the same note, it'll launch a little differently to your Rescue. So launch is something you've got to have in mind. It also, based on the way it's designed, is going to give you a different spin rate. What do all these things mean, Trotty? Well, if you're out there playing golf and you want to land a very high apex golf shot, 7-wood is probably going to be for you. But if you like to drive the ball forward, then the Rescue is something that you're going to have to consider. If you are a traditional 3-iron user, which I certainly have been, putting that Rescue behind the ball, even though it feels like it looks bigger, after a few rounds of golf, you get to a point where you can truly embrace that and enjoy it. First thing I want to know is yardage, the basics of that. Yes, I've got some swing data up there. So hit pretty hard, hit a little bit out the toe, and more movement right to left than I would want to see. As I look down at how the golf club was delivered, the path was a little left, but it was okay. And it went 209 carry. Now, if I then put normalized on that, it only pops up to about 211, but it runs out to that 235 according to the spin rate that came on there. A toe hit with this, 3,200 spin, that's a toe hit. You know, if I center this, then I know I'm going to get more spin and I'll get a slightly higher golf shot than that. So let's just see if I can center one in there. Nice golf shot. There's a great golf shot. That's going to be the one that we measure off. So in your eyes, look at the peak height. It hit that little piece in the cloud. It flew that green out there. Use that. It's carried 219. It's total 250. It was 104 club speed, which is a decent hit, and it gave me the 153 ball speed. All stuff I'm happy with for this golf club. Apex came out only at 60, which is quite low for a Rescue. I thought that would have been a bit higher. I want to play this club like an iron. That's where I want it to live. I actually knocked a few cobwebs off of it, but I bought my 3-iron out here. Just to give you a visual, there's the difference in the length that you can see between the two. It's almost 2 inches, inch and 3/4. Yeah, you put them back to back, which is obviously how we should look at these, and you can see a little different. Sacrificing some weight because I've got 95 gram in the prototype KBS, the graphite. Again, just to give me a bit more speed, a bit more distance. So I've opened that gap up. Well, my next wood is the 3-wood. Looking to fill the gap between that, you then have to make a choice. We know the 3-iron's gone, the Rescue's come in. 220 carry, it's a very cruisy 220, right? But that lie angle is what wins out for me. So then I consider this 7-wood. Lengthwise versus this, it's longer, and I've made it at the shortest possible length I can. This is 41.5 on a USGA ruler. I think if you just ordered standard, which I cannot stand, don't be doing that, you'd probably be a 1/4 inch longer than this. I want to be able to get in on top of this golf club, get close to it, get an attack angle that's down. All that happens if the club is a bit shorter. I can get into the golf ball. It's going to spin a bit more, which is fine for inland golf courses. 219 was our previous carry number, so that's what we're going to live off. 7-wood, try and just hit a cruisy height for you to start. So apex, clouds, looks like it's visually gone higher, visually gone similar distance. Spin rate, 4858. So spin has gone up significantly. Launch has gone up 10 feet in the apex. So carry distance though, normalized to 24. So very similar. Again, normalized, it didn't run out at all. The normalized total was 227. So it's getting to its end distance slightly differently. It's getting there with more spin, and it's getting there with more height as a result of more spin. I've had this situation in the past. How do you choose between a 7-wood or the hybrid when it comes to a tour player? Ultimately, they're going to look at carry, but also what does that golf course give them that week? The 3-iron is pretty much dead unless we're at the Open Championship. Apex is going to be lower when it comes to that rescue golf club versus the 7-wood. But if the rough is thick on any given week, the 7-wood could well win out with that V-steel sole where it can cut through and just get the golf ball going. Similar golf shot, a little low in the blade. I reckon that's almost identical to the previous shot. Yeah, almost identical. Having the shorter shaft, you can really see that I'm trying to turn onto it. Because you've got a wood off the ground like this, off the floor, you are going to hit the odd one quite low in the blade. Because you're going to hit the odd one quite low in the blade, you can get that odd bit of spin out of this. So another reason why it comes down soft and spinny. So that's turned into the breeze, still got spin on it. Back edge of the green out there, 4,700. Normalized now, it's jumping up to 230. Ball speed's gone up. There's a lot of confidence in the strike. It feels easier than this. It can go a bit further than this, but it is a larger head. A club, I think, that you have to test over time. You have to go into different scenarios to put them up against each other, and you have to be prepared to hit one golf shot with that and then one golf shot with this. And I think if I was being true to a real tour scenario, you'd test both of these out on the golf course. And then of course you hit one like that that's just a beauty. It's definitely easier to hit. If it's built correctly, it's 100% easier to hit than this. Is it a full-on replacement? I think if you've watched this channel, it's a club that you've got to have in your squad. That's a phrase I've coined quite a bit. I've added this to my squad, which, trust me, at the start of this year I couldn't believe, but this season I've added this too. But right now, if this was a boxing match, this would probably be going to points, and I think the 7-wood, it's definitely got a chance of winning out long term. If you're a high handicapper, let's face it, you absolutely need to be considering the 7-wood. But if you're an elite college player, you're an elite golfer, or you're a tour player, this is also something that can be a useful tool to your game. The hybrid has been fantastic. It's made the 3-iron obsolete. Those days are long gone, but now this is coming in hot, and I think just about every single Team TaylorMade tour player on both the LPGA and the PGA Tour are getting into one of these. I think we should check out why, and I also think that you should consider it with your next golf club choice.